Hey, hi everyone, welcome back to Codeators and let's solve another SQL problem. The problem name is Twitter's rolling average, and this question has been asked in Twitter. So let's read out the problem. Given a table of tweet data over a specified time period, calculate the 3-day rolling average of tweets for each user. Output the user ID, tweet date, and rolling average around two decimal places. Note that a rolling average, also known as a moving average or running mean, is a time series technique that examines trend in data over a specified period of time. In this case, we want to determine how the tweet count for each user changes over the 3-day period. Okay. So this is your table. This is the input table tweets. It is having a user ID, then tweet date and tweet count. For example, the user ID 111 tweeted on 1st of June 2022. So he or she tweeted 2 times. Then on the next day, tweeted 1 time. The next day tweeted 3 times. The next day tweeted 4 times, and the next day tweeted 5 times. Now, what you have to do is you have to find the rolling average or rolling mean. So and this is for 3 days. So this technique basically helps in our analyzing the trends. How? Okay, so let's understand the problem. So let's suppose user Ram. Okay, so Ram on day 1 tweeted 2 times, Ram on day 2 tweeted 3 times, on day 3 tweeted 2 times, on day 4 tweeted 5 times, on day 5 tweeted 7 times, on day 6 tweeted 2 times, and on day 7 tweeted 8 times. Okay, now let's do the rolling average. Okay, so I'll start from here and I need to find the three rolling average for 3 days. Okay, so let's stand here first. Okay, so on this day there is no data prior to this, so you will have this only. Okay, so 2. Okay, now here you will have data on day 2. You won't have the 3 days data, but you will have 2 days of data, so you will do the average of the 2 days for now. Okay, and here it will be 2 plus 3 5 upon 2. This will be your rolling average for till this. Okay, now coming to day 3. So from day 3 it will be till here. Okay, and here it will be 2 plus 2, which is 4 plus 3 7 upon 3. Now on day 4 you will select this record. Okay, on day 5, let me change the color. On day 5 you will select this records. On day 6 this will be your rolling module. Okay, I mean the rolling average. And on day 7 it will be 5 6 and 7. Okay, I hope you have understood now. So this is how your rolling average will move forward. Okay, and this is what your this question is asking. Right now we have done just for Ram. You can have multiple persons like Ram, Shyam, Mohan, Rohan, Rahul, XYZ. Okay, now the challenge is to select this set of rows. Okay, the challenge is to select the set of rows. So if I say here, you have to select first 3 rows and then next 3 rows and then 3 rows. Okay, this selection is the challenge. Let's suppose if you got this selection, then you can do average on top of that. You can use the average function, and it's pretty straightforward. Now the challenge comes here is how to select x amount of rows or 3 amount of row, and it should be moving forward. That is the challenge. Now for this one, we already have in SQL, we already have something called rows between. Okay, so what the rows between will do, it will select the rows, the number of rows, or it will select rows between the start and the end, which you will like identify, or which you will provide what is the start and what is the end. And after providing the start and the end, The SQL will all the SQL with the help of rows between will fetch those records. Let me explain you. Okay, this is what we are trying to achieve. So now you have something called rows between. Okay, and what you have to provide. So this is your first task. Your task is to find rows. Okay, this is your task. Now you have something called rows between, and you have to provide the start and the end. So what is this? Okay, the start defines the starting row relative to the current row. Okay, so basically there is something called start, end, and there is something called current row. Okay, now you have to like you have to provide what exactly you want. Okay, and SQL is telling you, see, I have something called start, and once you provide what is the start, I'll continue my start with respect to current row. Okay, let's suppose how this works is like, so let's suppose 1 2 3 4 5, these are the rows. Okay, and let's suppose you are standing on row number 4. Okay, this is your current row, and you have said that, see, I need data from last 3 days. Okay, including the current. So this is day 1. So what you need data, uh, you need 2 rows prior to current row, which means you will need this and this, correct? Or you need 2 rows, so you will say this, like current minus 2. Okay, wherever you are, just do a current minus 2, and you will able to fetch the 1 2 2 3 and 4. And now when your current move forward, it will your this window selection will also move forward. So right now it is here, and once you say, okay, and once you say it moved, the current moved, and same ways your pointer will also move, I mean the window selection. Now come back, and the same you have for end. Okay, the start will be start from the top, and the end will be start from the bottom of the table. Okay, I'll also explain you about how the end works is, let's suppose you have a table, same table, 1 2 3 4 and 5. Okay, and you are standing here, current. Okay, you are standing here, and this is your end, right? Or let's suppose you said that this will be your end, let's suppose. So find all the moving averages. So first you will do your current from here to 5, you will do the average, then from 3 to 5 you will do the average, then 4 to 5 you will do the average, then 5. Okay, this is how your average moving average will move down. Okay, so we have discussed the start and we have discussed the end. Okay, now how you will populate it. So let's suppose for our case, we need current minus 2. That's correct. My window will need only current minus 2. What are the options you have? You have these options: unbounded preceding, n preceding, current row. So you already know what is current row. Okay, it includes only the current row. Okay, and following is like next. This is your next. This is your previous. Okay, this is your previous, and this is your next. Okay, unbounded preceding and unbounded following is like it is not bounded. Okay, whenever the window will create from the top of the table. Okay, it says that all the rows before the current row. Okay, so from the top till the current row, this will say the unbounded preceding. For unbounded following is like current row till the end, what we have discussed here. Okay, this part. So I'm always trying to go to the end, so this is your using unbounded following. Okay, so now just think what basically we need. We have a proper set of window. Okay, 3 days, this window is defined, so we won't go with unbounding, preceding or following. First I need everything from last 2 day plus my current day, so I'm not going to go with following. So what I'm not going to use, I'm not going to use current following, not I'm going to use unbounded preceding, neither I'm going to go with the following, so this is also moved out. Current, I'm going to use current row. okay, and n preceding. So it says that it includes n rows before the current row. This is what we need. Instead of n, I need 2. So includes 2 row before the current row, okay, and this will sum up to 3 days, okay, 2 rows and then the current rows, then the current row, okay. Let's see the data first. This is how your data will look like. Here we were like previously we were discussing for a single user. Now you have multiple users, okay, and you have to do the same for each user. So let's see how we will achieve this. First, what exactly we need? We need user ID and tweet date. That's correct. User ID and then tweet date. Now what you require is an average, right? You need an average. Average, will use an average function. Average on top of what? On top of the tweet count. On top of tweet count, okay, average tweet count. Now I'll set my window. This is the aggregation I want. Remember, whenever you write a window function, you first define what exactly you want. I want an average, okay, on average on what? Average on a particular window. Now define the window. Over, you have provided the over clause. Now come with this one. Yeah, now you will have 3 parts here, okay. Whenever you go for the over clause, you will have one partition, one order by, okay, and another in this case will be the rows, selection of rows, okay. So first we will be partition. Do you require a partition? Do you think you need a partition? How? Come here, you have multiple users, and for each user you have to do the same thing. That is why you have a bigger window which is of every user. So you will partition the whole table on top the user ID, okay. So partition by user ID, okay. This is going to be in a time series data, so it should be ordered with respect to your tweet date. Order by tweet date, and if you provide nothing, it will take ascending, which is by default, so we are good. Now the task game is to select the window. So now we will use the rows between. Rows between. Now what? N preceding. So 2 preceding and between. So you have provided a between clause. Then first will be, this will be your start. 2 preceding and current row. Current row. Hope you have understand till now. Now let's run or execute this one. Yeah, this is we have executed. Yeah, this is what we are achieving. Let's just match for the first case. Okay, so here if you can see, yeah, so this is my current row, okay. If I do average on this one, so there is no prior values, so it will take this only single row and do the average. So average of 2 will be 2, which we have. And okay, I just forgot to mention that how we need an output. So we will, as we are doing an average and it is going to be on 3, so you definitely you will get decimal values, good amount of decimal values. So we are going to round up our this average with 2 decimal places, okay. So this is your first element, sorry, this is your first tweet for 111. There is no prior to it before this, so this will be the only one, and the average will be done on this only. So 2 upon 1 will be 2, and this is like 2.00, which is correct. Now for this one, we are having, this is our second day, so we will collect data from last day also. So it should be like 2 plus 1, 3. 3 upon 2 will be 1.5, which is correct here. Now you are standing here, select all rows before this. All rows, why? Because there are only 3 rows, that's why. Then 2 plus 1, 3 plus 3, 6.3. 6 upon 3, which will be 2, which is here. Now you are going to do the rolling for day 4. So where is day 4? Day 4 is here. So now let's do for 4. This is your 4. Okay, fourth day, and for fourth day this will be your current row, current row minus 2. So this 2 will be your preceding one. So what is the average? 4 plus 3 plus 1, which is equals to 8 upon 3, which is equals to 2.67, which is here. Now do the same for day 5th, which is here. Day 5th, this will be your current row minus 2, which will be your these two, which will give a summation of 5 plus 4 plus 3 equals to 12 upon 3, which will be 4, which is here. So we got our result here. Now what we have to do, we have to do a round up. So let's do a round. So I'll do a select these two, and if you remember the question is asking for alias this value. So I will alias this as, let me put a subquery, of table, and I'm going to select, and I'm going to do a round till what? 2 decimal places. Run the code. Yes, it is executed. This is what we are achieving. I'm submitting the code, passed all the test cases. So now go through the video again. Now if you like this video, then give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and like, share it with your friends. If you have any suggestion for me, do post in the comment section. Thank you. Happy coding.